necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Ask the Experts show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Hey, good afternoon. Wow, what a show we have today. I got to tell you, Renee and I have been doing this show for about 6 years now, and we literally, a couple weeks ago, got the most emails after doing one show with our next guest. And, of course, you had some requests. We are going to absolutely answer those requests. But this is our first Thursday of the month here on 740 AM, 96.9 FM. It is our wealth management show. And we are so lucky. We've got the Simon Group USA as our expert. See, they can't say that. I can. And I'm so excited. And you know what? A lot of you were listening in the car. Well, of course, we're from 3 to 4. You're listening in the car, and we talked about Medicaid. And we got so many questions about Medicaid. But before we get those, why am I saying Medicaid? Medicare. Before we get to those, I want to introduce our guest, Miss Phyllis. She's already laughing. Simon. She's one of the senior partners of the Simon Group USA. This is the sweetest lady you've ever seen. But you know what? She knows her stuff. Hi, Phyllis.
Hi, Steve.
Got a little accent going there.
Oh, well, you know what happens. Most New Yorkers don't lose it.
And I'll bet you celebrate Passover. Am I right about that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you got this incredible company.
Yes.
That you have done so well for people you've represented. Tell us about the company. How long ago did you start it?
31 years ago, I came into the business, and I worked for a specific company as a career agent, and we just continued on through the years, and the Simon Group grew, and we are a investment and insurance company. Basically, what we do is we help people with their financial problems, because everybody has a financial problem, no matter how little money or how much money they have. Everybody has questions and problems, and that's what we do. We solve their problems. We help give them the best products that they need. We help come up with the best solutions for them. Everybody is an individual. Everybody deserves an individual program for themselves. They and we like to tie it in with their attorneys and lawyers and things like that to make sure everything is taken care of properly. We're not a cookie cutter operation. No two people get the same damn thing. Pardon my French, I said the wrong word.
She's never said that word before.
Okay, but that's the way I feel. I feel everybody deserves at least some chance of growing money, some chance of preserving money, some chance of enjoying whatever they have.
So I got to tell you, I don't know if I shared this with you last time, but your show is very, very important to people. And one of the things we want to make sure is that we have the right company. So I looked at your company on Yelp. Now, I didn't know you've been doing this for 31 years.
Right.
It's a long time. I didn't see anything negative on Yelp about you. Now, listen, even some of the best, get negative reports, but I did not see anything negative on you on Yelp. And I'm like, I can't believe it. My uncle was with New York Life for 25 years. Great. I mean, he really took care of his client, but he had some negative stuff on there. I didn't see anything on Yelp.
Well, that's a very nice
amazing
thing to know. But it's because I'm just very honest with people. I tell them like it is. They don't all like to hear that, but I have to tell them like it is. And some will agree with me and work with me, and some will just send me on my way because everybody likes to. People like to only hear what they want to hear,
Exactly.
and sometimes the bad things that I might say about their situation, they don't want to hear
They
it,
don't wanna hear it.
and it changes their life and their lifestyle, and they don't want that.
So
I'm
they've got
very
to go to someone who's going to tell them what they want to hear.
yes, that's exactly
That is
it.
horrible.
You know, I hate to have to say it, but listen, you want to hear what you want to hear, then, you know, I can't help you. But if you want me to help you, these are the rules, and this is what I'll do for you. And if I feel that, you know, you need different types of advice and changes and things through the years, then I will give you that. And if I've done a good job for you, great. If I haven't, that's fine. You can always, you know, hire me, and you can always fire me. You know, that's my theory.
You know what's so tough about your job is when I was a sports agent. Now, I didn't handle my clients' money. I got them a big company to handle their money. But I learned you could do 9 of the greatest deals. They made so much money that one bad deal, one out of 10 deals, and you might as well have just did a horrible job for them. So you have a very, very tough job.
Yes,
Look
it
how
is.
long you've been around for.
Right. And it is tough. And and if you just do the right thing for your clients every day, you go home and look at yourself in the mirror and get a good night's sleep and go and do the same thing the next day if you want. It's up to you. It's each person. And again, each personality is different. And people think that they're doing the right thing. Honestly, they think so. But many times in this industry, money is always behind the thing. And I'm not going to say, no, it's not. Everybody's looking to make a good living.
Sure.
But in the financial world, and people today, when money is a little tighter than it used to be, and the interest rates are a little lower than they used to be, and the investments are a little bit more aggressive than they should be, and then the market volatility is a little bit more than it should be. Everything is, treasury notes are a lot lower than they should be. So everything is a little different. So when we talk about these things, we want to make sure that the client is well established, has a good, complete profile. Years ago, when you started out in the business, you sell them a life insurance policy, you didn't know anything else about them. I was a little different. I talked to them about everything else. And then sometimes the men, you know, would say to me, oh, don't worry about it. We have that other stuff covered. And I would say, well, if you want to work with me, I need to know everything.
Exactly.
Because if I don't know everything about you, how can I do this job for you? And, well, how do you get paid and all this, you know, and they all do that. And I think, no different than when you go to work and you get paid. You know, you sell something or you give something or somebody buys something, somebody's got to get paid. I don't work for free. And my hours, believe me, many times I've made maybe $13 on something for a whole year, and I spent countless hours on it for that $13, but I did the
kidding.
right thing for the client.
Wow. Amazing. You know, yesterday, I guess the Fed interest rates went down by a quarter of a percentage, and boy, the stock market went way down. Were they expecting more?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's back up.
Yeah,
So,
today this morning it was like back up.
hey, it's just instant reaction. Everything is instant reaction.
How do you tell people not
Right.
to freak out? To be
You tell them they
patient?
have to be patient in anything. Listen, interest rates are low. All right, 1%. Do you know how many years it takes to double your money at 1%? 72 years. Are you going to live long enough
No.
to save it? So the most important thing right now is got to worry about what's happening now. So what I would like to do is, you know, discuss the Medicare. You said that
Yeah,
somebody
we're
was
going to
interested
talk
in.
because we had a lot of people ask us who were driving their car because of Medicare.
Right.
And we did a great show last month on Medicare, and people actually wrote in and thanked us for doing a show like that. And one of them said, was like me, I didn't know. You have got to know about open enrollment.
Absolutely.
If you miss it, you got to wait till the following year. And that's what people did not know about. So tell people, first of all, what age?
Well, first of all, Medicare can come at age 65 for a normal, healthy human being. Medicare could be for a 35-year-old that's permanently disabled.
Right.
That's number what Medicare is. Open enrollment starts October 15th to December 7th. At that time, you have the opportunity. Now, this is only for people that are already on Medicare or are approaching 65 on a group plan and leave their job. It is not for somebody aging in for Medicare. Aging in for Medicare could be any time during your birthday month, 3 months before and 3 months after. But open enrollment to change existing plans, to come off of Medicare, go on Medicare, whatever you want to do.
Change your doctor.
Well, doctors are, usually within you can always change your doctors. All you have to do is call the insurance company and
You
say,
don't have to
I
wait
don't
for
like my primary. And if you get a PPO, then you don't have to have a set primary. It's usually with a pure HMO, you have to have a set primary. But Medicare, when it comes in open enrollment, it's very important. You can call me, 954-599-1950, to learn about the Medicare open enrollment, to have an appointment with me. We could discuss this. Number two.
So if I'm 64 now,
Yes.
I need to call you.
Yes, absolutely. Let's say your birthday is December 4th. Okay, you're eligible December 1st.
Okay.
You can write the plan 3 months before or 3 months after. But you must. One of the things that people get a misconception about Medicare, they think it automatically comes to them.
Right.
Not always. You're going to get a Medicare Part A card for the 65th birthday. Some people are getting it and some are not. I've gotten some calls where clients are not even getting those cards. You have to call Social Security. At least I would recommend 3 to 4 months prior you turning 65. And call my office, and I can guide you, 954-599-1950. But you must notify Social Security that you're going to be going on Medicare at 65. I want Part A, I want Part B. And once you get that Part A and B, then you have what's considered the opportunity of going into Advantage plans or not. There's another part at 65 is this prescription drug plan must be gotten. You can't deviate from it. You can't say, I'll buy that next year. It is not going to be able to buy it without a penalty. So Medicare Part A and B, 3 months before, and Part D, 3 months before your 65th birthday, 3 months after, or within a period of time when you leave your job, when you're eligible to get onto a health plan with Medicare because you only had Part A and you had the group benefit. If you're disabled, 24 months after the Social Security check from Disability Social Security comes in, you're eligible for Medicare Part A, B, and D.
I got to tell you, the discount's incredible on that pharmaceutical card.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell everybody something I learned, and we're going to go to break. We'll talk about it just for a little bit. The PPO plan is a very good plan, and I'm going to tell you why. I didn't realize that when you call a doctor on the HMO, your provider, that they have little side deals going on. And I needed an orthopedic surgeon, and it named right there on the list. And they said, no, we can't send you to him. I said, but wait a minute, it's on the list. They said, no, we don't deal with him. And I learned that. So we're going to, just for a few minutes when we come back from break, we're going to talk about PPO and HMO.
Okay.
And then we got an amazing show today. We're here with Phyllis Simon. It is the Simon Group USA. Give them the phone number.
Area code 954-599-1950. And remember, those of you that may be out of the 954 calling area, if you have a cell phone, it's free. There's no more toll calls. Again, 954-599-1950.
We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi, this is Steve O with the Ask the Experts radio show. At the Simon Group, their goal is to actively help families, individuals, and business owners build their financial freedom. They have the skills, knowledge, and experience required to help meet the client's established goals. They understand their clients want a comfortable retirement, but that means different things to different people. And there are other goals that they can emerge along the way, from planning for a child's education to planning for a managing income in retirement. That's why the Simon Group offers a range of financial strategies and solutions to help in every step of the way. They work with you to gain confidence and stay flexible and prepared for your financial future. The Simon Group serves their clients in estate and investment solutions, insurance protection, income, stocks and bonds, retirement investments, and insurance. Contact the Simon Group for a free financial planning appointment today at 954-599-1950. That's 954-599-1950. We are back. You know what? I told you this is going to be a great show. I'm going to tell you something. It's so important that you have someone, and I don't know if handling your money is the best terminology, but first of all, you've got to trust them. I mean, trust is, I would think, is the most important factor. And second is that you get along, that they don't talk over your head, that you understand, because sometimes people go, I'm afraid to ask a question that sounds stupid. But the way you explain it, it just makes it so easy to understand. I don't have to worry about asking you a question. And I think that's huge.
Thank you. Well, I try to make it clear and concise, because I remember years ago, I used to get confused when somebody would tell me about something. And the one thing is that I've learned many years ago is I read insurance contract. I was a financial controller, worked in the garment industry for many years, so I handled a lot of money for the companies. So I learned how to read contract. Insurance jargon confuses people, so you just make it simple and easy. You know, it won't be a problem.
If you'd like to call here, you can give us a call at 888-721-0074. And we've got a great guy working the show today, producing the show. He'll be more than happy to patch you through. There is no such thing as a dumb question. I just want to finish up Medicare, because now that I've had a problem already with it, because they ask you, you know, here's what an HMO is, or here's what a PPO is. It was made to me like HMO's the way to go. But I got to tell you something. I just learned that these doctors have little inside deals with other doctors, and they actually get paid or points. I mean, I've learned so much in the last couple weeks, because there was a orthopedic surgeon I wanted to go to. He's on my list. And then they said, no, we can't send you to him. He's not in our group. Group? Yes, here's his name right here. So just before we go out of this topic, just tell everybody the difference between an HMO and a PPO.
Okay. An HMO is basically where you have a primary care doctor, and he is responsible for all of your care.
Your referrals.
He has you, if you need a cardiologist, if you need a orthopedic doctor, if you need a podiatrist, whoever you need, he will refer you to every one of those. And what they normally do in an HMO is they put you in, he makes himself a little group. And that little group, they all share in the benefits of getting paid by the insurance company. That's an HMO. In a PPO, you don't have to pick a primary, but it's always good to have one doctor that knows your body a little better than others. Have a cardiologist, you can have a podiatrist, you can have a gastroenterologist,
No
you can have
referrals at all.
anybody you want without a referral to the specialist. The primary care doctor will say, you know, I recommend you see so-and-so, but if you'd rather see another so-and-so, then you can do that. You can do whatever you want. So it is very important that people understand that, because the biggest part of healthcare is the freedom Nobody wants to be restricted of where they can go and who they can see. Gee, I have to go out of the network, because with many PPOs have in and out of network benefits, so you can go to doctors that are not even a part of a network. So it gives you more latitude to be able to do and see anybody you want to see. I recommend personally PPOs. Some people like HMOs because it's easier for them.
Well, I got to tell you something. Last night, they spoke to, it was on there, everybody knows I'm conservative, I'm a proud conservative. They asked, we've got all the liberals saying about free Medicare. The hospitals said if that ever happens, the hospitals will go out of business.
That's very true.
Because then the government controls how much they pay. And they don't pay a lot.
That's true.
And, we don't even talk about that at all. And if you've got a doctor, a primary care doctor, one of the things I've noticed with this, sometimes it takes forever to get them to do a referral. You can't just walk into a doctor anymore. So this is what happens, when the government starts sticking their hands in this. And, but I got to tell you, I love Medicare. I mean, it covers so many things.
Well, here's the thing. The people have to understand. The country, the United States, is not really equipped to have a social medical program.
Not enough doctors.
Because like Medicare for all, because of our tax situation.
Yes.
In Canada, they have a social program, but in Canada, if you need open heart surgery, you're not getting it right away.
They come over here.
That's correct. If you need to have a hernia removed, you're going to wait 9 months. You're going to wait, and that's in all countries. Some countries in Europe that have socialized medicine, if you're over 80 years of age, you don't get anything because you're not contributing back into the system, so therefore they're not going to help you. So people have to be very careful what they wish for.
Exactly.
All right? Private health insurance still works. Yes, there are a lot of people that need insurance. They're underinsured. They don't have health insurance. They're entitled to it. Absolutely. Medicare is not the place to go for it. They should have, where the government comes up with a program for them, for those underinsured or can't afford. And I believe that every citizen in this country is entitled to health insurance. That's my personal feeling. But we cannot have the government pay for every citizen, because those that are working are the ones that pay the taxes, and every other citizen is not.
That includes the middle class.
Yes, the middle class
gets the middle class.
They get hit all the time.
Exactly.
So that's only normal.
Okay, so people were writing in. They wanted to hear about Medicare. We're going to go into Social Security.
Okay.
And there are so many people who don't understand about Social Security. When can they apply? How does it work? So we're going to go through a lot of things, and then we're going to get to long-term care. So tell us a little background about Social Security when someone, I guess, starts to qualify.
Well, someone usually will qualify for Social Security when they're age 62. Okay, and they can wait until they're 65, 66, or 70. They can wait, depending on the year they were born, when their true retirement date is. The government has jacked up the ages because of the fact that there are less people working behind the people that are collecting. So what
age should someone?
Well, it depends. Everybody has a personal situation. That's why we tell our clients, please call us. Everybody can call us at 954-599-1950 for a personal review on Social Security review. This is a very important review, and it is the most important that you'll probably have in your lifetime, aside from the fact when you decided to start saving for your retirement and having your family and marrying off your children, or even whether you're single or whatever age you are. It is never too early or too late to talk about Social Security. Social Security is very important that you apply, but there are times to apply. everybody's different. Everybody has a different birthday. Well, there are a few people in the world that have the same day, but everybody has a birthday, and Social Security comes up at times when you retire. You can take money while you're still working if you're over a certain age. So it's important to have that review on that.
Can you still be working and collect
Yes.
Social Security?
Yes, depend on your personal situation. Everybody has a personal situation, and you got to, you got to make the appointment. Please feel free. You can call me at 954-599-1950, and what I can do is set up a Social Security review for you, and we can sit down and go over your personal situation. All right, we'll discuss Social Security, Medicare, long-term care, investment, insurances, everything to make
What about
sure
benefits? How does someone...
the benefits. Well, the benefits of Social Security is very, very important. It depends on how many years you've worked, and usually it's 40 quarters. And if you have a spouse and she's never worked, and you worked 45 years, and your spouse never worked, you can collect, and your spouse gets half your check too. So it's not. It's 1.5 times, basically. That's what it's going to come out to. So she's not going to be hanging. So if you die, and your wife will collect your check, which is the highest of the checks. If
So
she
if
worked,
a man passes away,
yes, and she never worked,
his wife would get the benefits.
his benefit,
His
yes.
benefits.
Right, collects
But
off
she
of him.
could never have worked before herself?
That's correct.
Okay.
That's the widow's benefit. Okay. Plus, they also pay you if you die. They pay you $255 to bury you. That's your funeral expense
Wow.
money.
Hey, we're going to go to break. Give everybody... I want you to give them your phone number and your website address this time.
Okay. It's the SimonGroupUSA.com. And I'm sorry. 954-599-1950. Please feel free to call us at any time.
And your website address?
Again, it's the Simon Group USA.
I'm not tickling her feet, I promise you. We are on live TV right now also. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back with
Thank
Phyllis
you.
Simon. Hi, this is Steve O with the Ask the Experts radio show. At the Simon Group, their goal is to actively help families, individuals, and business owners build their financial freedom. They have the skills, knowledge, and experience required to help meet the client's established goals. They understand their clients want a comfortable retirement, but that means different things to different people. And there are other goals that they can emerge along the way, from planning for a child's education to planning for a managing income in retirement. That's why the Simon Group offers a range of financial strategies and solutions to help in every step of the way. They work with you to gain confidence and stay flexible and prepared for your financial future. The Simon Group serves their clients in estate and investment solutions, insurance protection, income, stocks and bonds, retirement investments, and insurance. Contact the Simon Group for a free financial planning appointment today at 954-599-1950. That's 954-599-1950.
You are listening to the Ask the Experts show with host Steve-O. We will be right back with more experts in the field of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Join us every Thursday from 5 to 6 p.m. Now, get ready for more Ask the Experts.
We are back live. We're live today. The first Thursday of the month, 3 to 4, we have the Simon Group USA on with us. So set your calendars. It's the first Thursday of each month from 3 to 4. We're on 740 AM, 96.9 FM, and 103.9 FM. You can actually call into the show, 888-721-0074, 888-721-0074. We are talking about Social Security. So if a person has worked for 40 years and they like to know how much they're going to be entitled to, is there a way to figure that out?
Well, as a general rule, Social Security every few years sends you a statement to show you that you know your wages, the top wages that you've made throughout all the years. So they have your total wages. You've got to check that statement, and if you didn't get one, you call them and tell them I need that statement because you need to check to make sure that they have the right amount of money put into the system for you. There are people that made $50,000 a year, and during the years when they collected maybe the max of $3,000 and no more than that, and they don't see it on the statement. And then there are people that are, no matter how much money they make, you know, once you're over 100 and 120,000, they're going to stop taking Social Security eventually. Never Medicare. Medicare, you pay forever. It doesn't matter how much money you make. You make millions, and they'll take money out for Medicare. But for Social Security, it's important that you see that statement. That statement will give you an estimate of what they think they're going to pay you, given the fact that of the 40 highest, they take 35 of the highest quarters usually, and they figure out through a formula how much you're going to get
Each month.
for each month.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know there was a formula to it.
Yes.
So not everybody gets the same amount of money.
Oh,
each
of
month.
course not.
Wow. How does a spouse benefit? How does that work?
Well, let's just say, for argument's sake, you have a spouse that never worked. Okay, husband's getting $3,000 a month because he
That's
had a
my
very
mom.
high,
I mean, I
high
can't tell her she
paying,
never worked, but
right, high paying job. He always contributed to the system, and his Social Security. I'm just coming up with a number because nobody's getting $3,000 yet. Pretty soon, but $3,000 a month. Well, if and the wife can collect $1,500 of that $3,000 to give him a total of $4,500 a month in income. But the reality is that if the husband dies, the wife is only going to get $3,000. She's going to lose $1,500 a
Right.
month in income, which is another reason why we sit down with people and go over things, because of the fact that when you lose income, what do you have to replace it with? And that's what we try to teach people, is how to replace that income. God forbid you lose it too soon. And so therefore, remember again, you call 954-599-1950 to schedule an appointment so we can give you a proper assessment of what you have.
don't feel bad about not understanding because I didn't understand. That's why we have shows like this, and we have professionals who know what they're doing. What if a person's disabled?
Okay, disability is really a very, very big thing. When somebody becomes disabled, they can get their Social Security, but usually they have to fight for it because they don't like to give it out so quickly. So they usually end up fighting for it and getting a disability attorney, which they shouldn't. But if they do and they're finally deemed permanently disabled by Social Security, the definition of disability with Social Security really is very interesting. It means a disability where you can never work again and it's going to result in death. That is really the definition of it. So unfortunately, there are people that have very, very bad disabilities. So therefore, once they're on it, Social Security disability, they're entitled to Medicare 24 months later, except for certain people with certain illnesses can get it right away. They
Is
get
there a
Medicare
formula to that,
right
too?
away. No, it's not a formula. It's a disease. So if you have that particular disease,
That's what
and
it's
from the
based on?
disability, that's based on, if you have a permanent disability based on a disease that is approved by Social Security, you get Medicare right away. If you have a regular disability, you got to wait 2 years for collecting your Social Security check, and then you're eligible for Medicare. So that's how Medicare works in with
strange.
Social
Based
Security.
on-
Yeah, well, there are people that have like Lou Gehrig's disease, different things like that. So it's something to be considerate about. You need to know your own
What about
personal.
autism?
Autism is new on the block. Really, it's been around a long time, but it's new on the block, and a lot of children end up with special programs, and the state and the cities all have special programs. Again, that's why you make an appointment. You sit down, we'll talk to you. 954-599-1950. Yes, we deal with children.
One
We
out
have
of
special
70
needs.
babies born are born autistic.
Yes, well, that has a lot to do with, the medical background on a lot of people, too. That's what they're finding.
Okay, so Do you pay taxes on Social Security?
Oh, now we do.
What does that mean now we do?
At one time, your Social Security benefits were tax-free. Then Bill
Okay.
Clinton had to balance the budget. So Bill Clinton decided who has the most money in the country, senior citizen. So they figured that they, over a certain amount, okay, if you have a certain amount, you have a threshold, whether you're a single or a married couple, they will tax a portion of that Social Security.
They'll take
And-
it out then.
Well, no.
Oh.
No. So let's say you get a check every month.
Right.
Okay, usually from that Social Security check, they take your Medicare premium out. And then at the end of the year, they send you a 1099 form. And when you look at that 1099 form, you add it to your taxes. And when your accountant or you do your tax return, it will show. Now, there's a formula that they use to see how much of that Social Security money can go up to 85% of the money that you got could be taxable. It could be 25% of the money could be taxable, 50% could be
What
taxable.
determines?
Your income, your other income,
Okay.
and what your threshold is. So let's just say you're still working, and let's say you're getting $36,000 a year. Oh, let's go $30,000 a year from Social Security, and you're making another $40,000. So you got $70,000 a year in income, and then they're going to deduct, whether you're single or married, a formulary, and whatever's left over, and you could be 10, 15%, 25%, 80%, 85%. The more money you make, the
Can I
more.
tell you, this is dangerous. I'm going to tell you why. I think about my mother and her getting the little amount they send to her.
Right.
They did send to her. At the end of the year, she hasn't saved any of that money up, and she's going to owe some taxes on
Right, it just depends. Yes,
that.
sometimes.
We're talking mainly about senior citizens.
Well, people that collect Social
Why don't they
Security.
just take it out each month?
See, people that collect Social Security, most of them are senior citizens.
Right.
Okay, that's number one. Collecting taxes, yes, if the party that's collecting the money, if the person collecting the money can say to Social Security, take out 10% for taxes, take out 15%, they have the right to say that. But if they don't say it, they're not going to do it automatically. So yes, people are going to owe money at the end of the year. Not every and all income includes interest that you make on your CDs and
Right.
income that you make from your dividends from investments. Anything that you have aside from wages, or if you're no longer working, just in your investments, your pension distributions, your 401k distributions, your IRA distributions, no matter what, it's all added together. So yes, Social Security can be very taxable. There are some people that don't have much money and only get Social Security. As a general rule, they pay no taxes at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking with my mother, because she would never have kept up with that.
I
And then at the
understand.
end of a year, it's like, how am I going to pay this?
Right.
But see, when they sit down with you, you're going to say, you know what? Tell them to take out 10%. You would tell someone that.
Exactly.
Whereas a lot of people don't know that. Again, which is the purpose for this show. I heard they make mistakes on earnings history.
That's
which
right. That's
we
bef-
just talked about. Our government makes mistakes.
Oh, come on. Don't be facetious.
I know.
Yes, they do. Because you got to understand, key punching is a computer terminology that human beings key punch into the computer. When a human being key punches into a computer, they make mistakes, just like they're human. So that's why I tell you to always look at those statements.
Yeah, I didn't get my card from, I guess it was, wasn't Aetna's, whoever my supplemental insurance is with. I had to call them. I mean, they do make mistakes.
Everybody
which
makes
is scary
mistakes.
to know that.
Yes, but they all make mistakes. The key thing is if you can catch it. Remember, I'm a second eye when I look at client stuff. I'm always a second eye. And then I sit down and work with them as much as I can on helping them. And people themselves, make mistakes. So if a computer can only make a mistake is because the key punch person that entered the information wrong. And sometimes it's a glitch and it doesn't pick up something. And people end up not getting what they're supposed to get in a timely manner.
I hope this doesn't sound sexist at all, but I know my mother relied on my father for everything. Everything. Paid the bills, everything. And my father went first, and my mother was like, But I know there's a lot of widows out there, and they really need to sit down with you.
Absolutely.
There's so many things that they don't know,
Absolutely. Area
and they
code.
didn't know that they didn't know.
Yes, that's very true, and that's why we tell them to call area code 954-599-1950. Personal review, personal conversation, go over everything that you have, and then this way we can help guide you. And that's just what it is. But yes, a lot of women, and it's terrible to say, and it's even with significant others, where the significant other had no clue. And it's really scary because, people do lose out on a lot of benefits. They lose money. They get bombarded by shady types of people that deal with them. And it's unfair. So, yes, it's very important
Especially
that they have a
here in
review.
South Florida.
Pardon me?
Especially here in South Florida.
Unbelievable.
This is the biggest scam area. And the reason why is there's so many senior citizens down here.
Exactly. And people like to, again, people believe what they like to hear.
And you know what? Sometimes it's not a bad idea to call you up, even if you have someone, just to get a second opinion.
Exactly. That's why I talk about second opinions, 954-599-1950.
So we're going to go to break, and we're here with Phyllis Simon. She's with the Simon, I wonder how that happened, that last name of the company, the Simon Group USA. She works with her son, and hopefully we're going to get him on here soon. We're going to go to break. We come back, we're going to talk about long-term care.
Absolutely.
Hi, this is Steve O with the Ask the Experts radio show. At the Simon Group, their goal is to actively help families, individuals, and business owners build their financial freedom. They have the skills, knowledge, and experience required to help meet the client's established goals. They understand their clients want a comfortable retirement, but that means different things to different people. And there are other goals that they can emerge along the way, from planning for a child's education to planning for a managing income in retirement. That's why the Simon Group offers a range of financial strategies and solutions to help in every step of the way. They work with you to gain confidence and stay flexible and prepared for your financial future. The Simon Group serves their clients in estate and investment solutions, insurance protection, income, stocks and bonds, retirement investments, and insurance. Contact the Simon Group for a free financial planning appointment today at 954-599-1950. That's 954-599-1950.
People to contribute instead of giving everything to China.
I have Miss Passion on the air with us. One of the questions that I had, because we hear about it on the news all the time, is Social Security solvent, and all of a sudden Phyllis just turned into a different person. But we hear about it all the time.
Yes.
That Social Security is going to go broke.
Yes and no. Here's the way Social Security supposedly right now they have it set up. In 2035, everybody that's still collecting now will go to a 75% reduction, meaning that whatever you're getting, 25% of it's going to come down. So you'll only get 75% of the value of the money. And then by 2090, if they do absolutely nothing, it'll be broke. 2090. So today is 2019. 2035 is 16 years. If you're 60 years of age, and when you're 76, all of a sudden your income is going to drop down. So the only way that they can really solve this issue, in my terminology, is if we have more jobs in this country with more people contributing into Social Security instead of more cash businesses, more factories opening up, more businesses opening up. And people laugh at this, but it's true, because years ago when they started this program, you had 100 workers behind one person collecting. Today, you got one person working while the one person is collecting. See, the one person's collecting the one person who's working's money. So you need to understand why the economy has to change a little to make this better for us as a country, as a people that have contributed so much money through the years.
kind of sounds like what the president's trying to do. He's trying
Well,
to get more manufacturing
I'm staying out
jobs.
of, well, that's true, but I'm staying out of the politics part. That's my personal business sense part that I had to say.
My listeners all know that I'm a conservative and very proud of it. I wanted to get into, because we have an older audience here, long-term care.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
And you know what? I don't think people really. It's kind of like with Social Security, how they just kick the can down the road. I mean, because you're talking about 2060 people. I don't have to worry about that now. But long-term care, I don't think people think about that.
Long-term care, the only people that really think about long-term care is someone who has a
It's too
parent, has a parent that they're taking care of,
Right.
and no longer has a life. People that don't have any money and need somebody to take care of an elderly parent. And sometimes long-term care could be for younger people that become permanently disabled
Right.
and need to be taken care of, and it's not just for people over 40 anymore. So people have to understand long-term care. What is it? It is the process of giving money where you prevent spending down all your assets. It's the process of giving money to pay for somebody that needs the care.
This is an insurance policy.
It is an insurance policy that is paid by the owner of the insurance policy. They usually insure themselves. It is a
Is there a waiting period from the time
long-term
you
care.
sign up?
No, when you buy long-term care, you're instant. If you are approved, you have to be medically approved. If you are approved, then there's no waiting period. Okay, 2-3 years down the line, most people buy it when they're healthy, or they have a little iffy thing, but the insurance company takes it. There are different kinds of policies. There's standalone. There's jointly with with life insurance. There's different ways to buy. Each person's an individual. Each person needs a private consultation when it comes to this.
So do you help telling them how much they need?
Yes,
'Cause
I sit
you can
down. We
decide how much.
figure out how much money they're gonna need per day, based on where they live, because
Okay.
each area has a different cost factor for home care. The average now is $104,000 a year for nursing home long-term care.
Wow.
Now, understand the difference between long-term care, skilled care, and custodial care. Long-term care is both. However, Medicare pays for skilled and some home health services.
Some is the key word.
Some keyword. Long-term care, individual policy, covers custodial services. Custodial means the inability of being able to perform two activities of daily living, which means you can't transfer from the toilet to the sink, you can't take a shower and dress yourself, you can't comb your hair, you cannot feed yourself. There's a lot of different things, but it's two things. And then sometimes it's just somebody that has to watch you because you have Alzheimer's, and you forget. You put a pot on the stove and you forget that you put it on and you can burn the house down. A lot of long-term care policies do not cover mental and nervous conditions. It's a very important factor. Sometimes Medicare will say to get you into a nursing home, it could be called clinical depression. It just depends. So everything has, and some companies do cover mental and nervous. It depends on who. So that's another thing. Do you have that in your background? Do you, if you need to have the protection on the asset side. Now, people are under the impression that it's a waste of money. People are under the impression that they don't need it because they got $1 million. But if you have a spouse, and look, nobody wants to see their spouses die,
Right.
okay? But if you have a spouse that's incapable of taking care of themselves, and now you want him to have the best care, but you don't want him to leave the house, okay? You got to think about that. How home care is going to run $75,000 to $80,000 a year because it's 24 hours around the clock. They're not in a skilled nursing facility. They're not in a nursing home where there's one nurse that walks the floor at midnight. This is round the clock service. All right, for you to be able to keep your sanity, that's going to run you $80,000 to $90,000 a year or
Wow.
more. So think about that $1 million. 10 years is over, and let's say God forbid, but the spouse dies 5-6 years later. You have half the money left because your money cannot grow as fast. Okay, and the investment side to pay for that long-term care to offset it. Meaning, if I had $1 million and I was getting 10% on the money, yeah, I'm getting $100,000 I can pay for the long-term care. But 10% is really far-fetched in a conservative world of people that are conservative financially. All right, and then it becomes a burden on the kid. It becomes a burden on you. Remember, always the person that's taking care of the person just can't handle it. They can't handle seeing their partner going to pot. Pardon my French. Children, they got their kid, plus they got to deal with their parent. It becomes 3 generations. It becomes very burdensome. So what we try to do is to protect your assets. So if you could take 1% of your assets, just 1% to protect them, then you have long-term care. But just 1% of your assets, you're not giving up your assets. If you can get medically underwritten for long-term care. If you're not medically underwritten, we have other alternatives that we help people
How would you not
put away.
qualify for long-term care?
If you have other health issues, remember, insurance is basically health insurance, life insurance, and long-term care is always basically it's regarding your health, how your health is. Okay, if you have no kids, then you definitely need to have long-term care because then there's nobody
Yeah,
there.
who's going to take care of you? Exactly.
And
Wow. You know what? There's so many, I call them checklist things that
Yes, there
people
are.
just do not know. When you sit down, you just automatically know these are the things I've got to ask you. These are the things
That's
you need.
correct.
And people, if you haven't learned today, you don't want to do this yourself. This is not anything you sit, and I don't care how smart you are, who you think you are, you've got to have a professional like Phyllis that can sit down with you, and she's going to bring up things that you probably never even thought of.
absolutely.
So, I mean, I love what you do.
Thank you.
We got a couple minutes left. Tell me why I should retain your firm.
Because I'm going to do the best job for you than anybody else would ever do.
And
I'll
you can
make
sleep
sure,
at night.
and I can sleep at night too. And also is that the reason why you should retain me is that I want to make sure that your family is protected, you're protected, and that you don't have to worry, because people are more concerned with their everyday activities, and all of a sudden, you can wake up and you can have a bubble in your eye, and you have eye migraine, and then all of a sudden you're not seeing anymore. Different things can happen. You can wake up another day and your eyelid closes and you can't see anymore. There's different things like that, and Phyllis is here. Simon Group is here. We're here to help you. We have a wonderful team. We take care of you. It's important to call us 954-599-1950 for your personal review. We've been in business 31 years. We're not going away. We've been around and specifically set up this business to have succession. My succession planning, my son and a wonderful team of people. My son has learned everything from this business from the time he was 12 years old. He became a stockbroker at the age of 20, which is very, very young. He went to college. He learned a lot. He understands the way I think, and I feel that I'll do the best job
You'll
for
be
you.
back next month, first Thursday of the month from 3 to 4. Ask the Expert Show. And don't forget about our show at 5 o'clock today on 1470 AM. From 5 to 6, we got the K. Bender Rimbom people on. Thank you, Phyllis. What a great job. We'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Ask the Expert Show, featuring interviews with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Call our office at 888-574-6999 to become one of our experts on the show. And tune in again next week for more Ask the Experts with Steve-O.
The opinions expressed on the preceding